Hey everybody, welcome back to We Watch Movies. I'm here with a wonderful panel of people today, and we all just saw a movie together, Jack the Giant Slayer. We'll be talking about it in just one second, but I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves, starting with Keith.
Keith Manning, comedian. Good to be here. Thanks for having me. Check me out on Twitter at Keith Manning and on Facebook.
Sims, the person. Check me out on mugshots.com.
Obviously.
What's up? Carmen Vallone, CarmenVallone.com.
Emily Fisher, Carol Adubato, actress, middle-aged mom, movie lover.
And I'm your wonderful host, Mark Viola. You can find me online at facebook.com/MarkViolaComedy or on Twitter at MarkViolaComedy. So, today we're talking about Jack the Giant Slayer. We saw it in the IMAX 3D. Should have been 4D because it felt like time was just dragging on and on
So
and
you didn't
on.
like it? You didn't like it?
Not particularly, but we're not here to hear my opinion. We're here to hear yours. We're
I
going to
liked
start
it.
with you, Keith.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't know if anybody
I
else
liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie.
Who didn't like it? Who didn't?
On a scale of 1 to like, I didn't.
She didn't like it because she wasn't in it.
No. Visually, no, I liked it visually. I thought it was very beautifully made. I thought the acting was very nice. I felt that Tommy Lee Jones must have been the model for the giant, because every giant looked just like Tommy Lee Jones. And that's about it. And if you're
That's
afraid
so
of
big a
heights, don't go and see it.
That's a little insulting to the Giants, I think. None of them look that old and craggy.
I don't know.
Sims, what did you think, buddy?
I should have dropped more LSD in order to enjoy that movie.
You know what? I think if you would have found that stalk, you would have smoked it.
I actually have a piece of the beans.
Oh, look at this. This is original.
We got a sample.
Real world prop. Only the best here at We Watch Movies. Emily, what did you think?
I liked it. I thought it's always fun to see the movies that they make out of old fairy tales and see what take they put on it to make it they have to put a whole big story into it because the fairy tales are short.
You gotta make it a love story.
That's what
Was it a love story? Was the original a love story? I don't remember.
I think the original
I remember
was
some chick
No.
He did have to
climbing a
save her.
beanstalk.
I believe the original
Yeah.
was a story about a guy who was lusting after a giant's goose. If I remember.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The goose that laid the golden egg.
That
Yeah.
golden egg.
Yeah,
Which-
Golden egg.
Oh,
No.
that was the egg.
No spoilers here. No spoilers here. We're not talking about whether or not you get to see a 40-foot goose.
Spoiler alert.
But you guys got to see the movie and check it out for yourself. Now, a couple things I want to talk about the movie specifically and get your guys' opinion on it. Like I said, we saw it in the IMAX 3D, and it's clearly a much different movie when you've got all that random shit just jumping
Yeah,
out at you. So
going
I wanted to know what you guys thought about seeing it in the 3D. We'll start with Carmen. Carmen, how did you feel the 3D played into this movie?
I love 3D. I mean, I could watch anything in 3D and I think it makes it better.
Can you watch a Lifetime movie in 3D?
Sure. I can watch a Lifetime
Good.
movie in 3D.
I like to
Especially
watch,
IMAX. It's like this big, you feel like you're right there. It's
yeah,
getting
watching that
nuts.
chick just get the crap beaten out of her.
Yeah.
You watch
Over
this
and
fist coming at you.
Yeah. No, yeah, but like I said, I liked it. I thought it was visually cool. I like to see a new spin on a classic tale. I like that. After this, we're going to go see Mary Had a Little Lamb, a horror movie about a livestock gone missing. So,
That sounds exciting. We'll be watching for that in the theaters summer 2014.
yeah, 3D.
Now, I'm pretty sure some people will get upset about this movie because when you watch it, you'll notice there was no female giants.
Oh.
There definitely
not
were.
one.
There were black giants.
That's
There was
right.
one. That's affirmative action.
There was
not
no
a female.
That's right.
I don't know how they reproduce.
How
And if I
Yeah.
remember correctly,
You know, I
the
thought
black
that's-
giant was the first one to die, wasn't it?
Oh.
No, he was no, he survived. The black giant didn't die. Spoiler alert. But now, I don't know how they
That's
reproduced. Not one.
I believe they're asexual.
Or maybe they just live forever.
Oh. There were a
Is that
bunch of
true?
Italians, though. You
They
could
found-
tell the Italian giants. They all had
Not the
that
one
nose.
cooking, though.
Yeah, not the one good.
Not the one cooking.
Speaking of which,
Redneck
Carol,
giant.
what did you think of the 3D?
I liked it. I liked the 3D. I like to jump in my chair. I thought it was interesting. It was interesting. But for my age group, I think the older generation would think it was for the birds.
Okay.
Giant birds?
Any size bird.
Dun-dun-dun!
Any size bird. Yeah.
All right, well, the next question that I wanted to ask real quick was what we thought of the storyline. As we said, obviously, Jack the Giant Slayer is based on the old fairy tale. There had to be some adaptation to make it into a 19-hour movie. So, what did you guys think of the actual writing, Keith?
I liked it. I thought because I'm not very familiar with the original, just some bits and pieces of the original, but I thought it was a good thing.
Emily?
I like the storyline too. I think they did a really good job of pulling everything together, and it made sense.
Could have used more comic relief, I thought.
Yes, there were no
Yeah,
legs.
the comic relief, I felt like all the jokes were written specifically for 5-year-olds. I'm not going to ruin anything here, but there's one
Right.
part where they're questioning someone concerning the magic beans used to create the stalk, and after a torture session, he's like, I couldn't get him to spill the beans.
Yeah.
That was the big joke of the movie.
I'm still laughing at it.
I did not see the comic relief.
No. Oh, and the other joke
You guys
was,
don't enjoy fun?
there's someone behind me, right?
Two times.
Yeah,
Oh,
two
yeah.
times
Two
they
times.
said, there's someone behind me.
They don't know
so
the
that
rule of
was the
comedy.
right
It's a
joke.
rule of 3. You gotta do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. And callback should always come sooner rather than later, or the
Exactly.
audience might forget. As I said, 19-hour movie.
Yeah.
All right, the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to go down the line real quick and tell me best out of 5. How do you think the movie rated? We're going to start with Carol this time. Carol, what do you think?
I would say 2.5.
Oh!
I could have done without that giant snot. That was
Wait a
really
minute
gross. You know,
So-
that ruined it for me.
There were a lot of bodily functions.
Yeah, a lot of bodily functions. The giants
It was
had a
funny.
lot of problems.
All right,
That was
so
funny.
so
Giants gotta fart.
so 2.5 giant boogers out of 5.
Yeah,
Carol.
2.5 for me.
So the booger ruined it for you.
It did. It
So
ruined
minus
it for
booger,
me.
you say maybe a 3.
Yeah, it might have been a 3.5 without that booger.
Fair enough. Emily, what did you think?
I'd say 3.5.
All right, 3.5 giant farts out of 5. Carmen, what about you, buddy?
There's a lot of pressure on this question. If I say 4, you guys are gonna make fun of me for liking it. If I say 1, you guys.
Carmen, we know you. We're going to make fun of you either way. Just choose a number, buddy.
Well, out of 5 stars, I'm gonna. I'll probably also give it a 3.5. You know what I mean? I like 3D. I like that it was in IMAX. I thought the writing, going back to that, I thought it incorporated a little bit of everything from the fairy tale, and had some new twists on there. So yeah, 3.5 stars. I'm comfortable with.
Sims?
IMAX movies are a little harder to sneak into, so I've never actually been to an IMAX movie before. It was a really cool experience for me. 3D was awesome. I feel like the movie kind of climaxed at the cameo of Willow.
Spoiler alert.
No.
I'm gonna have to go with 3 out of 5. I mean,
Okay.
I've had a worse time in the past.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, getting arrested, I'm sure, regularly is horrible for you. Keith, how about you, buddy?
I gave it, out of 5 stars, I would give it 3.5, but I'm going to go with 4 because I like the giant booger. I enjoyed the booger, so I'm going to go with 4.5. I'm going 4 on this one.
Sounds good.
And he ate it.
What about you? How many stars?
He went full booger, so he didn't.
We here at We Watch Movies don't want you to actually have to watch the movie to find out what
Sorry.
happened.
I'm
We like to
sorry.
tell you exactly what
I'm
happens the
sorry.
whole way through.
Just let us know, comment, and tell us what you think about the booger. And then
But
we'll go from there.
I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. Almost fell asleep twice in the movie. Wasn't really entertained
You're
by it.
critical.
I feel like it was okay. The battle scenes were weak. They were aiming for as PG of a battle scene as they could. You don't really get to see much. It takes any of the realism from a movie about guys fighting giants down an extra notch. I didn't particularly like it. Maybe some of you out there will. Clearly some of our panel did. So I leave that to you to watch the movies. One more time, I'd like to thank you guys for joining us on We Watch Movies.